Hey, welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. On this episode, I've got another replay from Banzi Duck, and he is in his FV4202 Premium Tier 8 British medium tank. And good setup for him in a 357. He's top tier on Abbey, and he has spawned into the south spawn point. And I have dispensed with some of the preliminaries because we're going to look at kind of one thing about this battle that's very important to winning in World of Tanks. And it has to do with assessing the situation and then taking the appropriate action at that point. His initial positioning is good. You'll see he's got the Oho, the Panther, the Tiger 1, the Panther M10, and we've got an IS back behind us right there. So a pretty good force to take on the 100.01, the Oni, and a couple cats and dogs. There's a little bit of a scrum in the middle, not much going on, but he's got a 1 TD hanging out in the middle there, the AC-48. And then a few tanks over on the east side dealing with just in case there's somebody pushing down the 8 line. So we'll get going and watch what he is doing right here. Keeping himself protected from getting shot by the Panther M10 from up there, but he is dealing with the Oni right in his face. And the Oni is shooting AP for some reason. So there you go, he must not have the derp. Either doesn't have it yet or is not using it, or maybe he just shot AP out of the derp. I don't know, I'd have to get closer to see the gun, but in any event, he survives that one. Looking for a shot right there. And the Oho is moving up. Now, I would say that maybe a little more aggression right here, Banzi, to try to take a little bit of the pressure off the Oho now that they're turning right there, and definitely would have gone to 2 against this 100.01 quite a long time ago. I'd have just pressed it. You want to be able to lull pen the Oni and the 100.01. There's a good aimed shot into a weak point, so that's a good idea right there with your regular AP. But if you dab 2, you might even be able to go right through the face of his turret. It'll just give you more options, and you won't have to sit there and peck away at that hatch. You can see that the Panther M10 is moving up, and I will say that he's probably doing this hoping that you'll move up and support him a little bit, but you're sort of hanging back and he's getting wrecked for his efforts. You're going to come in here and look at this Hummel. Looks like you're trying to get a shot. You zoom in. I think he's actually behind the terrain right there, so had you pulled in there, you might have had the shot. And again, I think just a little misprioritization. None of that stuff you can really do anything about. Your big issue is right here, and you still haven't taken a shot. So he looks at you, he's not looking at you. Man, I'd have popped out and shot him a long time ago. No, you miss him right there. Probably could have went right through his lower plate. Would have been an easier shot, especially at that angle, in that range. But there you go, he's looking. You're going to pull back. I just stayed there and just aimed at him. That gets them nervous. If they know that you're just sitting there looking at them, they may change their mind, do something silly, and now it's time to just push in on these guys and take them down, and you're just really hesitant. This is something I noticed in this game in particular, and I have noticed in the past, just a little bit hesitant when it's time to go balls to the wall and start taking guys out. I'd say had you come around that corner, shot him and rammed him, that guy'd be dead by now. Not looking at, no, he is looking at you, and he actually ends up putting a shot into you, and the Oho is trying to not kill, be killed, blah 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 blah, trying to not be killed by the 122-44. Now this gets to what I was discussing earlier, which are decisions that win games, critical decision points in the game. And one of the ones I talk about is if you win your flank, and all you ever did was go back to your cap, you would probably increase your win rate by 3 to 5%. Now if you're already a 55% player, it's not going to be 5%. But if you're in the 50 or lower or low 50s, you can pretty much guarantee 3 to 5% increase if all you ever did was win your flank and go back and clean up your cap. And that's what he does here. He takes down this IS-2, who for some reason is going right after the M44, wants to kill him. I was not able to do it. And now we're going to come around here and we are going to clean up the cap. So you can see that his east side has fallen. He knows there's multiple tanks over there. Now I would have probably done it from up top, so to speak, rather than come up here, but this is definitely an option. He can go hold down, so a little bit less exposure potentially, but probably a little bit harder to get shots on guys. Sees a guy there, sees a guy there. Just get up there and start shooting those guys, Banzi. Maybe you're looking to give the Artie a shot right there. Hopefully he takes advantage of that. Put a pop into the Easy 8. Easy 8 is just sitting there with his side armor. Wham, wham. Scorpion snaps one off, but he pays for it. Down he goes from the Oho, who has come back as well. And that was quite the shot from the Oho. He was way over there. There's still Artie to deal with, and this is not a done deal, so being a little bit cagey and careful. I think Banzi Duck right here, had you just pushed into that rock and started taking down that Easy 8, get him lit for the Oho and Tiger. Those two guys are apparently not interested in coming all the way around. They're just going to sit in the middle and support you from those little cutouts right there. I think you eventually come to the conclusion that that's what needs to be done. There we go, so we're moving up. Going to deal with the Easy 8 sitting behind the rock. You do have to worry about Artie, so you want to get this guy dead sooner than later. So you could have side scraped here, or you could have just come around the corner and started shooting this guy. He is firing gold, so he's probably going to pin. And down he goes. The Oho actually gets a piece of him. You get a piece of him, and he's gone. And now we're down to a Lorraine, Churchill, and Hummel. We'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit as we go back. This is a good decision. Change the fight. Go somewhere else. That is something good players do. They reposition, go somewhere else, find a place to support what they're doing so that they can keep the enemy guessing. I think if you go up to this rock right here, you can take a little peek and see what's going on and still keep yourself protected by Artie, so that's not a bad idea there. There he goes. We'll miss him. Takes a hit. I'd have just charged in there and taken him down. There you go. And down he goes. And we'll clean up. Looks like we're going after the Churchill. Just speed this thing up. We get up here, find the Churchill, because this is pretty funny. It's always fun to watch Artie die. So we come in here on him, we take a shot. Down shot. There we go. Artie gets a shot on us, but we don't care. We're going after him. And we find him, and here he is. Man, this is a good opportunity to just come screaming off that thing and dive on him. I'd have just drove it right on top of him, jumped off this thing, but you stomp on him and then you blast him, and down he goes. So nice job, man. 6 kills in the 4502. We've got 2,884 damage, 789 assists. Actually blocked quite a few points in there for a medium. That good turret on this tank is really difficult to pin, especially at this tier. Same tier and below is going to have a hard time with it for sure, unless it's some of the better pen guns at tier with gold, which will go right through it. As most gold will go through most things at tier. But the big key being analyzing what was going on, and when you won your flank, not just blindly pushing on to the cap and hoping somebody else would take care of your cap. Man, just turn around, go back. If no one's there, fine. If there's a couple, kill them and move on. If there's a bunch, maybe you save the game. Alright guys, hope you liked what you saw. Hope you learned something. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. As always, I do appreciate your support, and we will see you.